I said my babysitting rates are $35 an hour. My mom's friend Jessica literally laughed in my face and said that was way too expensive for watching kids. She told me most babysitters charge like $15 an hour tops and that I was being ridiculous. I just smiled and said, okay, good luck finding someone else then. See, here's the thing about Jessica. She's one of those moms who thinks everyone should drop everything to help her out for basically nothing. She's always posting on Facebook asking people to watch her 3 kids for like $10 total while she goes to get her nails done or whatever. And her kids? They're absolute chaos. I've seen them at family gatherings. The oldest one, Cameron, is 8 and has 0 respect for adults. The twins, who are 5, literally climb on furniture and break stuff constantly. But Jessica was desperate because her usual babysitter bailed last minute, and she had some fancy work dinner she couldn't miss. After calling around for 2 hours with no luck, she texted me asking if I was still available. I said yes, but my rates hadn't changed. She tried to negotiate, saying she'd pay $25 an hour, but I held firm, $35 or nothing. Finally, she agreed, but made this huge deal about how she could only afford 3 hours max, and I better make sure her house stayed clean. I showed up at 6 p.m. sharp and immediately knew I was in for a nightmare. Cameron answered the door covered in what looked like chocolate, and I could hear screaming from upstairs. Jessica came running down looking frazzled, her hair half done, makeup only on one eye. She rapid-fired instructions at me while trying to finish getting ready. The twins need to be in bed by 8, Cameron can stay up until 9, there's leftover pizza in the fridge, don't let them have any snacks after 7, make sure they brush their teeth, and whatever you do, don't let them in the basement because that's where she keeps her good wine. The second Jessica left, all hell broke loose. The twins immediately started a food fight with the leftover pizza, launching sauce and cheese all over the kitchen walls. Cameron decided this was the perfect time to practice his skateboard tricks in the living room, knocking over a lamp that thankfully didn't break. When I tried to get them to clean up, they all just stared at me like I was speaking a foreign language. By 7:30, I had somehow managed to get the twins cleaned up and into pajamas, but they refused to brush their teeth. Cameron was nowhere to be found until I heard this loud crash from upstairs. I ran up to find him in Jessica's bedroom, trying on her jewelry and high heels, with makeup smeared all over his face. Her vanity mirror had a huge crack down the middle from where he'd knocked over a perfume bottle. Getting the twins to bed was like wrestling angry octopuses. They kept climbing out, asking for water, saying they were scared, needing to use the bathroom. Every time I got one settled, the other would pop up like a whack-a-mole. Cameron kept sneaking downstairs to raid the kitchen, and I caught him trying to make himself hot chocolate at 8:45, which meant he was definitely not going to sleep anytime soon. Jessica texted me around 9 saying her dinner was running late and asking if I could stay until 11. I replied that would be an extra $70 on top of the original $105. She sent back 3 angry face emojis, but agreed. By 10 p.m., the house looked like a tornado had hit it. There were toys everywhere. The kitchen had dried pizza sauce on the cabinets, and somehow there were crayon marks on the bathroom wall that definitely weren't there when I arrived. The twins had finally crashed, but Cameron was still wired and bouncing off the walls. Jessica got home at 11:15 and immediately started freaking out about the mess. She demanded to know why I let the kids destroy her house and said she wasn't paying me the full amount because clearly I wasn't doing my job properly. I calmly explained that her children had behavioral issues and that managing them for over 5 hours was exactly why my rates were what they were. She handed me $120 and said that was all I was getting. I counted it twice and told her she still owed me $55 more. She said I was trying to rip her off and that no babysitter was worth that much money. I pulled out my phone and started calling my mom, explaining loudly that Jessica was refusing to pay me what we agreed on. Within 2 minutes, Jessica was shoving the rest of my money at me and practically pushing me out the door.